As some of you know, the full moon is a perfect time for release. And I would really just invite you to share in the comments wherever you're watching one or a few things that you would like to release during this full moon. And even if you don't feel like sharing, I would love to just invite you to share in your own journal some things you'd like to release with this full moon. And this is a practice that I've been doing for several years now. And I find it to be just a really helpful and important step in my growth, because it is really pinpointing what exactly I feel is not serving me any longer. And so anything that you feel doesn't belong in your vibe anymore, in your mind, body, spirit, in your home, in your physical space, maybe it's things, maybe it's people, maybe it's connections that you have regularly or once in a while, maybe it's behaviors, habits. I can name a few off the top of my head right now, but feel free to share. And then I just want to invite you to take a few deep breaths, as always, taking one inhale, filling your lungs with new energy, new life, and holding your breath at the top for as long as you can. And when you're ready, letting that go, noticing your body, noticing how that feels. Another deep breath in, breathing in new life, new energy with every single breath, opening up, expanding, and holding that breath at the top for as long as is comfortable for you. Maybe scanning the body for any tension. And when you feel ready, letting that go. One more deep, full inhale, filling your lungs as deeply as you can comfortably. And again, holding that at the top. Taking another sip of air in if you can. Holding and being here with your body, with your breath in stillness. And when that feels complete, release. And releasing tension in your body along with that. My name is Danielle of Sprout Love, Sprout Self-Love, and we do more in-depth practices inside my Patreon. So it's patreon.com/sproutlove. I'll talk more about that at the end of this chat. I just really wanted to talk really quickly about what came to me during this full moon, during this time of release, as I am on my moon, as I am releasing. I wanted to talk about reWILDing and what I feel personally, what I feel reWILDing is, because I feel like that's not really a term that is talked about too often in our society. And some of you might be wondering what that is. And I want to offer my own description of what I feel reWILDing is, because that is one part of reWILDing. To me, reWILDing is getting back in touch with your body, with Mother Nature, and really listening to your truth. And that's oftentimes so different from everybody else's truth. And that's what is important to this whole idea, this whole concept of rewilding, is getting back to your truth regardless of what everybody else's truth is. And so you may have noticed we are living in some pretty hectic times right now. And there's a lot of mixed emotions that come up, heavy emotions, depression, anxiety, a lot of stress. And a lot of us know that's because we're living in a high-paced, fast-paced world with a lot going on. And it's because we are living out of alignment with our true nature, with our souls. We're living out of alignment with the earth. We're living out of alignment with nature, with our wild selves. And our soul is calling. How many people, let's see in the chat, if you're here or in watching the replay, how many people feel like you are living in alignment with your true soul's calling? And if not, how many feel like you've heard your soul calling? My computer's making a really loud sound right now. I got a lot of tabs open. Lot going on. See what happens when you have too much going on? You start to overload. So anyway, I'll continue on. But your soul is calling. Your soul is calling. And if you're not familiar with what that feels like or what that sounds like, then I invite you to ask yourself that question. What is my soul trying to tell me? What is my soul guiding me to do? And this is something, again, I go deeper in some of my workshops, in moon circles, in meditations, in my one-on-one work, in programs. And you can find more on that either at sproutlove.notwar.com or at patreon.com/sproutlove. I just started my Patreon, and I just felt like that was the perfect place to kind of merge everything I've been working on for the past few years, and slowly getting off Facebook and maybe eventually closing my Facebook group down. But you can find everything on Patreon. And so how to rewild? As I said, getting back in touch with nature, with the earth, taking time to be in nature. And that's going to look different for everybody depending on where you are in the world. Some people live in cities that don't have, forests or oceans nearby, and that is sometimes part of the problem, but you can maybe find a park nearby, or you can even start with something as small as a plant. And there's so much that you can learn from just watching a plant grow. And there's so much beauty in it. There's so much you can reflect off of from watching a plant grow, planting a seed and watching it grow. It's literally saved my life, and more on that later. But that actually ties in perfectly with what I'm talking about. Nature can help you with your self-love. It's so important because it is you. You are nature. You are Mother Earth. Mother Earth is you. And Mother Earth loves you unconditionally. And so when you get back in touch with the earth, when you get your feet back on the soil, when you sit in nature or sit with a plant, you see that there is no judgment, that you are loved unconditionally. And it helps you remember. And so getting back in touch with the earth, getting back in touch with your body is a huge one, because I think that so many of us, especially women, were raised with these ideals of beauty that were not realistic. And it taught us to be out of tune with our bodies and out of tune with our cycles. And I don't know about you, but for me, growing up and talking about our period was like so taboo. It was so gross. Why was it so gross? I don't know. It's like, hello, most of us women have it, and those identifying as women, and, all of us came from a woman, and those women bled, and so it's just such a normal part of being a human. And so because we were disconnected from all of that, because it was made to seem like it was gross and something that was not cool to talk about, it's made us feel disconnected from our true wild selves. So again, rewilding is another way to say it, is really just finding your true self again, your true nature, your true wild, natural, beautiful self. And another way to rewild is to just listen and to sit in stillness. And when I say listen, I mean listen to your body. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what's being brought up here. That's where this live came from today. I really needed to share about my message with rewilding, what I feel rewilding is, and why it's so important for self-love. So listen, spending enough time in stillness, hopefully in Mother Nature, to really hear your truth, to hear what the message is, to hear what your wild, true self is. Some other ways to rewild: give back to Mother Earth, plant some seeds, plant a tree, compost, some really simple things that some of us don't think about. This is huge. This is our foot in the door to rewilding and to reconnecting with Mother Earth. Do something nice for her. Composting is huge, because instead of your food going into the landfill and, not composting and creating emissions and being, I don't know what exactly happens. I just know that it doesn't actually compost if it goes into landfill. It can, instead of that, it can be turned into soil that is nourishing for Mother Earth and for the food in our garden. Grow some food. Like, there are few feelings better than growing your own food and eating that shit. Yeah. It's like, there's nothing beats that. And so giving back to Mother Earth. And once you do that, once you start giving back to Mother Earth, it's like this reciprocation. This is always going to nourish you. When you nourish Mother Earth, you're nourishing yourself. And you can really feel that. And that's why it's so crucial for self-love. When you love Mother Earth, you are loving yourself. Connecting with your womb is another way to rewild. And because the womb is the seat of your intuition, the seat of your creativity. And this is also where literal babies are birthed, and ideas, creative ideas. This is just this portal right here, which has this power that nothing else in this universe has. this is source right here. This is the portal for spirit to come into this physical plane. So connecting with your womb. This is also where trauma is held. This is where we hold emotions. This is like this vortex where we store so much. And womb clearing is another thing that I do. Oh, it looks like I'm frozen on YouTube. Let me know if you can see me. Oh man. I will probably end this soon. But womb clearing is another thing that I offer either one-on-one with clients, in group ceremonies. And so you can contact me. Let's see, where should you contact me? You should contact me at sproutlovenotwar.com. And I will link some things here. But connecting with your womb is it's a part of reWILDing, and it's crucial for your self-love. And why it is connected to reWILDing is because this is your center of creativity and intuition. And again, your divine truth. And this is a space that has been neglected in this society. So that's enough for today. I'm just going to leave it at 15 minutes or almost 20 minutes. So we're doing all of these things, doing more of this inside my Patreon, patreon.com/sproutlove. Join me there. I hope you do. This is one of my passions is for me personally to rewild, to reconnect to the earth, to my body, and to also help other women do that. I also work with men and non-binary people. So my focus has been with women, but I've had a lot of various people approach me. So this is my passion, and I hope that you join me inside my Patreon. That is my new idea, baby, my new birthing, my new creation. And I also just started on Insight Timer, but for now, head over to Patreon and support your girl. I'm a mom and an artist, an activist, a coach, and anything helps. There are 3 different tiers. I think that there's one that's like $5, one that's $10, and one that's $30, and the $30 membership is the one that is includes all of the really deliciousness, all the good stuff. 2 live moon circles every single month, interviews, meditations, workshops, ceremonies. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there. So I hope that you join me. And happy full moon again. I hope that you can find some time to release what is no longer serving you.